He's dead. That's again. What the hell, bro? YouTube, welcome back. I got you a post-day commentary, one of 3 this week. I have this little system in place. We're gonna do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and around the weekend, not only do we do streams, but alongside the stream, I think we're gonna do one more video just to review the whole week, how it's going and stuff like that. I think it's a good system. Let's see how it goes throughout the coming weeks and the coming months. I'm very curious to see how it turns out. I really want to see what the results are going to be. Around like May, June, I'm going to do a little review of my channel and see how things are going. I like it, and it's something I can actually stick to. So with that being said, let's go on to this Yon matchup. A melee matchup, I like this, because it's a lot of face-to-face confrontation, no poking, just actual combat in your face type of ordeal. And I think I can actually control this lane. So we got something good going our way. So let's see how I trade. I already won the first little level 1 here. Let's see how I move on to level 3, 4, and 5. I lose bone plating because I proc demolish. They removed the damage reduction, so I went for it. Not a good move, because now I lost a bit of HP and a protective armor casing for damage. Imagine if I had bone plating for this trade. I did still somewhat trade kind of evenly. He used potion whilst I didn't. He's now bleeding for 5 stacks, and I still have potion. But I could have made it better if I wasn't so greedy on the tower. So we need to tone that greed down, if you know what I mean. He goes for his cannon, he gets it, and he's gonna trade, in which I'm gonna have to flash out. This was all because of the plating that I took. We kinda got one mistake in this laning phase. Although it was a mistake, I'm still somewhat ahead. I still have more HP, and I have the opportunity to ghost him down if he ever oversteps a little bit too much. So I want to see if it's gonna happen soon, because he did just queue up to me, and he unfortunately for Yon, he is dead. There's not really much he can do. You can come back now. Now you're dead. That's first blood. Let's move on to the next segment. It was a little informative start to the laning phase, but I kind of needed you to know how it really went down, how I ended up killing him. I could end up killing him right now if he doesn't flash. I don't think he bleeds out. And there's Olaf, but he doesn't have Ghost, so there is a potential that I can actually escape this one. Okay, I landed the Q. Okay, he's not going anymore. Okay. Alright, not too bad, but Olaf saving Yon and letting him farm like that, that was a perfect CS. I got all 4 CS, that's a lot of gold coming my way. Well, I got Wing Moon Player plus boots. I go back to get a Ruby Crystal and a longsword. I hope so. It's gonna look good for me. I was wrong. It was just a Ruby Crystal. Good enough, though. Olaf just took the Void Grubs. Yon is looking at that cannon like it's his. Well, it is. He actually took it. Oh, that was a nice sidestep. Why is Olaf level 5? This is the kind of jungler I want to face. You can abuse them and just... You have so many opportunities to do something against them. That's one of the kills. I need more damage if I want to get both of them, but this is still a positive, result. If anything, I could probably send Yon out of lane and then get a plating, but I believe I'm gonna kill him if he stays. Okay, yeah, he wanted to stay, he messed around, and he found out. So that's 2 platings to 0. That's good. Everything going exceptional. Well, okay, he's gonna escape. I didn't read his like third Q. This is gonna go well for me, I believe. Oh, he's just losing. He's he's missing every single Q because of Ghost. Unlucky, man. I do have Nimbus and Celerity, so you managing to hit Q on me is obviously gonna be a very difficult maneuver. I get one more plating, but I believe my Azir pinged that Rumble left. I'm thinking I can probably escape. Oh, he has Ghost. Well then, in that case, never mind. My Q doesn't even hit. Well, I should have listened to my team. Azir told me that Rumble is missing and he's going top lane. So, alongside the bone plating mistake at level 1, I also believe there was another mistake in terms of me over. It's greed, you know, and greed has always been one of my issues, but it's kind of one of the reasons I even like get so oppressive in lane, because I get more platings, I get more head, I get more gold. It's kind of what I do, but I need to know when to know my limits and be like, you know, that extra minion wave, that extra plating, that might just be my death, and I'm gonna throw the game. It's just something I need to keep in mind. We got the Rumble coming in again to help the Yone. I believe that might be my death. Yone actually gets a kill on me. Overextension. I even have a ward, so what's the excuse here? I suppose I wasn't prepared for it. That was bad. That was bad. Definitely could have. I believe it could have been prevented if I just paid attention to the map. Map awareness. Yone recalling. Now, there's something you can do. Don't walk directly in his direction. Just walk alongside, pretend that you don't know where he is so that he doesn't cancel his recall. And then when he least expects it, go into the bush and stop that recall. You don't understand. Yone could have actually survived because he's pressing E to get away from me, get Q stacks on the minion wave, make me drop my passive, and then when he comes back, he can dash away and probably ult out and then be out of my reach. But because of Olaf's presence, him simply just being there was a detriment to him. It's the one time when the jungler ganks is a bad thing for the actual enemy top laner, because Olaf being there basically means I have a way to keep my passive for when Yone comes back. So his plan of action to escape is completely expunged. I can't believe that actually happened. Nice. The one time that enemy jungle ganking is actually good for me. What's he doing? You should have just pressed E straight away, but he wanted to like poke me and stuff. Oh, thank you, Wukong. I definitely needed that. I 100%, because with no towers taken right now, bruh, I lack damage, but fortunately I have enough AD for my bleed to actually take him. Good. But I needed the Wukong to do that, because Yone would have gotten in the way of me taking first tower, and that would have put me back. Oh my. He's here again. I believe this is the third time, no? Yeah, it's the third time. I died to Rumble 3 times in 13 minutes. Could it be map awareness? But it's also greed, because if you see how the minion waves I'm taking, kind of makes sense. So Rumble isn't even wrong for doing that. He's just taking advantage of my aggression. So I have to adjust to that, you know? But now that I have a vendetta, or like I'm looking for revenge on Rumble, I think it's time that I extract it. Explain that damage, because that's one champion. That's one champion's damage onto me. And he some of these things, like, okay, I played many league games, but some of these things that happen, I can't even explain. Like, Kai'Sa W? Really? Why? I mean, I know why, but still, why? You just want best case scenario? Yes, I do. Let me have my best case scenario. Sterex gauge. Okay, so really want to talk too much about my build because it's not fully solid or perfected or polished, but I really am just choosing between Hullbreaker Sterak's with Swifties or Hullbreaker Titanic and Mercs. I'm trying to decide between the two. One has some survivability, but one actually has wave clear, but still the same amount of tenacity, slightly more HP, and I'm just trying to decide between. But one has more AD, but one is cheaper. I don't compute. It doesn't like make sense to me. But I will figure it out later on. But so far this game is going very well. There's just a few, you know, minor mishaps. Okay, so I take the Rift Heralds. But well, this is. How do I do this? I believe I tried to like take the tower, but Yon is doing quite a hefty amount of damage to me. He even has lethal tempo. I knock him up, but I believe he's gonna take the. Okay. He's dead. That's. Again! What the hell, bro? Okay. Oh, so we're picking up from where my team left off. Ah, nah. Well, it needed to take place, though. There you go. You deserve that for hunting me down 24/7. Deserved. Deserved for ranged champion. But I needed to kill Rel the way I did. It wasn't a reset. I wanted to get an auto attack because I saw the shield. But knowing that now she had flash in the chamber the entire time, it probably would have been best to do that way, because if she saw the auto attack, she'll probably flash away and I won't have the range to press R. So it was probably best case scenario for me to do it that way, as much as it may look like a mistake. Olaf could get caught here. Okay. But I believe that if he's not auto attacking anyone, his R just lost like 3 seconds. That's very confusing to me. Twitch can just auto attack her like that and just kill her? That's strange. And he has TM. That's. Why does Lulu keep laughing? When it's 14-30, it's looking like the game is kind of decided now. But I fast forward 3 minutes, nothing happened apart from me pushing and my team doing some kind of fight in which I killed Rumble. Oh, he just respawned. Well, if I wasn't there, then it no longer became my problem. I was doing my job, which was split pushing. Okay, with that being said, then we did everything that we needed to do. Good game for the most part. It was mostly GG. It did everything needed to be done. There was a few mishaps, such as, you know, dying to Rumble a couple of times. But I'm kind of happy with the results. So, GG, I guess. If there's anything I can say about the build, it's just the lack of, you know, wave clear. It kind of gets in the way of like pushing and stuff like that. But if it's not that, then I think it's okay, honestly. But that's only one game, and I only have time for one game, because actually yesterday that was the only match in which I did the build I wanted to do and the setup that I wanted to do. The other games, if I show you, I was using setups that weren't really consistent, you know. I did win this game, and Aerie is okay, but I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know about Scorch, but I was just testing things. I was testing this rune, by the way, magical footwear with a biscuit delivery. Biscuit is good. Biscuit is probably the best thing in an inspiration tree, I have to admit. I think Darius got banned or something, or he got picked. I can't remember. We lost one here. I was playing against Riven, and I had to learn the hard way that Darius needs tenacity in this matchup. Before we close off this video, I just want to like tell you about the Riven matchup. The thing that makes this this matchup difficult is it's Riven does a lot of damage. When I say a lot of damage, I mean Fiora can proc 4 vitals, her ultimate, and Riven will still kill her. That's how much damage she does. Fiora, by the way. So what you realistically need when dealing with her is you need HP, but not just HP, but also tenacity, because when she presses W and she like EQs away or E's away, she's doing that because of the amount of time that you are stunned and she's dashing away from you. As well as tenacity, you also need some movement speed, which is why I was using this rune page, right? I had Conquer and I had Bone Plating, right? You need Bone Plating, by the way, if you're trying to kill her, early levels anyway. Which is why when I did this and I suffered, and I was going this side, okay, that I know that's a little bit, questionable, but what I wanted to say is I changed to this setup because this gives me the Nimbus movement speed, so that when she does that W and then auto attack, then she ease away for an escape and I can't pull her because she's out of range. I press Ghost, Nimbus kicks in, I walk faster, I close the gap, and Bone Plating is there so that when she does do that trade, she no longer does as much damage as she would do, Like I referred to the Fiora that while she was facing Fiora. I see these things happening. You know how present I am in League? I understand quite a lot. Well, I'm not that smart, but I'm perceptive, is what I'm trying to put out there. So I'm adapting to this page right here. That's why. Because I saw the Riven destroy me. So I changed what I put on my rune page. So we're going to see how it works out in the future. We're going to see how it works out in the coming games. But so far, yesterday has been kind of productive. Most wins, few losses. Let's keep it up. Thank you for watching the video. Do the YouTube usuals. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. And watch more videos. Anyways, that's it from me. All my links are down in the description below. Have a nice rest of your day. And peace late.